Hey Robert, just going to give you a quick video update here. So, I started off, as we said, I figured I'd try and fish out that IPR because we weren't making any high pressure oil. So I see a nice new IPR valve, no tears in the screen. And upon some further inspection, I noticed that somebody has grafted on a new pigtail, which is fine, but they didn't crimp it very well in here, and like right away that wire just pulled out. So I repaired that, and then I hooked the computer back up, and I was actually getting a really good solid reading of the high pressure oil, and it wasn't going over 500. So off came the turbo. I've got this air tool going directly into where the IPR goes. So what we're going to do here is we're going to give it shop air. Alright, so we're getting a little over 100 psi there. And then you probably won't be able to hear it on the camera, but I can hear definitely a leak coming out of there. And it sounds like it's coming right up underneath in that pump. Now you can see that crossover intake there, covering it over. On the newer style ones, usually we can get that pump cover off, no problem, without removing the intake. Sometimes I'll just sawzall a little ear off the back, which they haven't actually put on the heat shield back there, which is fine. I usually cut those things off too. So yeah, there's like a major leak coming from the pump area there. So what we'll do here is we'll shut that off, this air off. Yeah, and the air just dumps. And I checked the test rig first to make sure it wasn't leaking. So I had that happen once, and so we definitely have a leak in the high pressure system. So you've got a style like this here, a round pump. Now, I've seen this O-ring go, I've seen this down here go, but until I get that whole intake system off and get that cover off, there's really nothing that I can do now. In that case there, I'll just shoot some air down here before I remove it. I'll see if maybe I've got a problem on the snap to connect or a chewed O-ring or something, but likely it's the pump. So now this is actually a VT365, but basically the same idea. So you can see on this newer style, and you'll even see this on the 04.5s with the round pump, is they'll have this intake that does not have that goofy crossover that covers everything and makes your life miserable. So I've got extra intakes. Once I get it all apart and everything like that, we'll talk about just putting a regular intake on it, unless you're just going to sell it and slap it back together. We'll have to discuss that, but yeah, we're definitely looking at a pump access here. And I had this engine was a good runner. I took this out of a school bus. It looks to me like this possibly pump has been replaced once. They're about $1,200, you know, so it's kind of your call on the gamble here. I think we should definitely go to Ford and actually get a pump mount kit. And, well, like I said, we'll see what those are like. But again, we'll discuss that. But, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at here. Good old fun 2003 6-liter. So, I'll send this over. I'll upload it, send it to you, and you can let me know what you think.